The artificial intelligence program ChatGPT has gotten more and more advanced since its release back in November of 2022. But how does it match up against Terraria's bosses? That's the question I'm going to be answering in today's video, putting ChatGPT up against Terraria's toughest bosses. So I figure I'll start at the beginning of Terraria progression and move through right to the end. This seems like the best way to give ChatGPT a fair chance against a variety of Terraria's bosses. So let's begin with the first boss that any sane Terrarian is going to be fighting on their journey, the Eye of Cthulhu. So I went ahead and asked the AI, "Hey ChatGPT, what's the easiest way to beat the Eye of Cthulhu?" Now, I'm not saying it had the best strategies since it suggested an iron broadsword for melee, but its other classes' weapon choices and arena setup were pretty average for this stage in the game. So it's time for me to gear up and fight the Eye of Cthulhu. I decided to do all of this in a brand new world since it would give me a sense of how easy it was to gear up the way the AI told me to. Most of the stuff was pretty straightforward, like getting lead and silver armor, a bow and arrows, and for mage it even suggested getting a water bolt, but it's too early in the video to go all out, so I decided to use the thunder zapper instead for a more balanced fight. The large flat arena setup that it suggested made this fight go very easily, and the specter boots and hook made it so that the eye was no problem at all. ChatGPT even knew to use buffs like night vision and bottled stars for mana regen. Overall, I give this strategy a 7 out of 10 for just being an average early game setup for beating the Eye of Cthulhu. The AI did decently against the Eye of Cthulhu, so now it's time to take the next logical step in progression. Skeletron. There ain't no way anyone is struggling with any of the world evil bosses, so I decided to skip them. So I went ahead and asked ChatGPT how to beat Skeletron, and the AI had some interesting ideas. I don't think it realized that you normally fight Skeletron after getting Hellstone, so it had me pretty undergeared. Of course, I would love to do a whole segment on how stacked I got for this fight, but the AI had me so undergeared that it basically just skipped progression in between the Eye and Skeletron. There's no way I would have been able to do this on Expert or Master mode easily, so I decided to do it on Classic to save a few brain cells. As someone who mains Expert and Master, I didn't realize how absolutely free Skeletron is on Classic. He basically got flawless and I only got hit once. At the end of the day, I'll rate this setup a 4 out of 10 because it would not have worked on Expert or Master mode at all. With only one more boss left until hard mode, you already know what's up. I asked the AI how to beat the Wall of Flesh on Master mode this time, and once again it kinda proved that it knows its stuff. I decided to go mage, so my weapons of choice will be the Demon Scythe and Water Bolt. It also recommended the usual potions, wings, and the classic Wall of Flesh runway. This time the AI gave me some decent items to stack up for, so I went to work and got prepared. I already have most of the items that the AI suggested on other characters, but for the sake of my sanity, I decided to cheat a little bit. This really helped, and the only thing that I really need to grind for now is making the arena. Since I'm doing this on Master mode, I do need to make a brand new world, but this won't matter too much because I can skip right to the Wall of Flesh anyways. After what felt like years, I finished my runway and tossed the voodoo doll into the lava, summoning the Wall of Flesh. I was doing so well in the beginning, but I forgot to use buffs, ran out of platform, and died. If I want to beat the Wall of Flesh, I'm gonna need to make a longer runway. And as I was expanding it, some hungries came to taunt me. Now I'm gonna beat the Wall of Flesh and show those hungries who's boss. So I finished the expansion and began the fight. This time I used my buffs and the fight was going a lot smoother, and I still died. Because of the lack of weapons that ChatGPT told me to use, I wasn't able to beat the Master Mode Wall of Flesh, so I rate the setup a 2 out of 10. That's it for all of the pre-hard mode bosses, and now it's time for hard mode. From now on, I'll likely be using existing characters' items to speed up the process, but I'll still be using all of the AI's strategies. To start off hard mode, I'm gonna go with the most difficult mechanical boss, the twins. On Master Mode, these eyeballs can be extremely deadly, so of course I asked a robot how to beat them. ChatGPT decided to go all out for this fight as it suggested the Terrarian yo-yo in full hollowed armor. Along with this, it gave some good movement accessories, and now it's time to gear up. Just like usual, I beat the Moonlord and grabbed the Terrarian yo-yo for my twins fight. I also beat the 2 other mechanical bosses and got myself some hollowed armor, and got the rest of the accessories from existing characters. I'm feeling pretty overpowered, so I didn't make much of an arena, and now it's time to summon the twins. As expected with such OP gear, the twins died extremely fast. The Terrarian's DPS was so good that I fought them twice in a row with no problems at all. Honestly, I don't know what else I could have expected from this setup, so I'll give it a 9 out of 10 for being effective, but not realistic for this stage in the game. Hey ChatGPT, what's the easiest way to beat Duke Fishron? The Zenith. Hey ChatGPT, what's the easiest way to beat the Moonlord? Solar Flare Armor, and the Zenith. I think you guys get the point. From now onward in progression, I think ChatGPT was on something. Maybe it ate some funky mushrooms, because for some reason it kept suggesting post-Moonlord items. Literally any boss you fight will be melted in seconds. Like, you should melt that subscribe button. If you liked this video, then you might want to go check out this one where I use the wiki to beat the mech bosses. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.